Alright, so today I want to do a walk around of my 2012 Ram 1500. This particular truck, I've only had it for about a month. Like I said, it's 2012. Right now we're at the end of 2024, so it's already 12 years old. It's in really good shape. I'll give you a close-up of things. We do have a bubble rust under that paint, and I did see a little bit right here on the corner of the hood. This cover here, I'm not sure who made that, but it said maybe WeatherTech, maybe another company. Oh, wait a minute. I'm seeing real lightly. There it is. AVS maybe. So anyway, so that's a nice little touch. So the Tradesman package that this truck is, we're looking at the big chrome bumper, grill, the chrome wheels. These are actual steel, not the aluminum. And we're looking at what size tire we're looking at. The LT265 70R17 Cooper Discover AT3s. This is the quad cab version. The crew cab version has a larger back door, and you'll see this has the Ram box option. That is one of my favorite things about this truck. We got storage right here with lighting. And of course they say you could pack this with ice and cold drinks. There are plugs down there that you could pull out for draining of any water that ice is going to become. And look at this, in case you get trapped in here, you can get out. Anyway, one of those boxes on each side of this thing. I also want to point out that the Ram box here does lock. So right now it's locked, you can't open it. So you turn the key in that position and you could open it. And back to lock position. Another thing that impressed me about this truck is not so much the truck itself, but how well it was taken care of. There is no rust on any of these wheel wells. And we're going to get a shot from underneath and show you too how clean it is. Let's walk around back. We got the chrome bumper in the back. We got the tow package for electrical. We've got the round plug there, and we got the 4 flat wire there. Got the tonneau cover. This one here is by Access. And let's open the tailgate here. Now I want to point out that I'm doing this with one hand pretty easily, so there must be a spring assist in the tailgate somewhere to help with that. This truck does come with a spray-in bed liner, and as you can see, right now I have it filled with concrete blocks. Reason for that is I use those occasionally at my home, and I went to pick them up and I just left them in here for ballast for the winter. So might be a little overkill because they're 33 pounds a piece and there's 27 of them in there. So let's see, the roughly 890 pounds worth of weight in the back of the truck. Like I said, it might be overkill, but not doing any harm. So again, spray and bed liner. Flex fuel, E85 ethanol. I don't use this stuff myself. There's the other Ram box. Now somebody prior to my owning it did a little bit of damage here. Previous owner. Let's unlock this here. Alright, we just got a little bit of missing paint right there. We'll have to touch that up so it doesn't start rusting. But look at the rocker panels on this thing. There's no rust, no evidence of rust under there. Again, the wheel well is clean. By the way, here's the back seat. As long as you got the door open, back seat, full bench seat, a little bit less leg room than the crew cab, I'm sure. And what you want to do if you need to access storage underneath, you just raise the seat up. And then here we got these compartments on both sides. That one has water in it. That's unusual. We got the cup holder there for the person in the back seat. We've got carpeting. The seats are cloth, but it's like a really tough cloth, so it's not vinyl unless it's a combination thereof. Go to the front. Yep, it's right around Christmas time. There's something for my son. So looking at the front, we got the center console here that will flip up and give you another seat. But otherwise, it's got storage, pretty good amount of storage, and you got divider here that you can move around a little bit. Soft right there. The cup holder here, if you're not using it, you could flip it up and out of the way like that. We got two power points. We got a power point over here. We got a power point over there. Put my car wash cards in there. Storage here. And the glove box with the owner's manual. This has an aftermarket stereo, the JVC stereo. No backup camera or anything like that. The doors have this pocket, like so many trucks and vehicles do nowadays. It's plastic, nothing fancy there. Let's get to the other side. Alright, so here on the other side, driver's side, we've got, this is a trailer braking system, if you need it. Adjust the steering wheel tilt. So as we're looking at the steering wheel and the instrument cluster up there, and the steering wheel over here, we've got the buttons to control what's going on up there. And over here we've got cruise control, so turn it on and off. This one to set, this one to cancel, and then of course once it's set you can speed up or slow down by hitting these two buttons. But let's take a look at these buttons here. Right now you'll see I have the coolant temperature on display. It's 37 degrees outside. We've got 209,000 miles on the truck. If we wanted to change the display, we hit the back button. That brings us to a list. And then from here we could use the up and down button to cycle through what we're looking for. Let's go up to vehicle information, and you'll see there's a little right arrow. So what we're going to do is hit this right arrow. That goes back to the temperature. But let's go back to, go up, tire PSI. It shows the tire pressure in each tire. Now we'll go back and keep going up. Fuel economy, hit the right arrow, and you're looking at the DTE in the middle is distance to empty, 181 miles. You'll see my average mileage based on the current route or trip that I'm on. Just driving back and forth between work and my home in town here is only about 11.7, but that includes a lot of starting it up and letting it warm up before I get into it. So I haven't taken it for a long trip yet to see what kind of mileage I get on like a long trip on a freeway. But if you needed to, you could hit the button to reset. Boom, there you go. And now we'll start averaging again. So anyway, that's a cluster, and those are the buttons on the steering wheel. Let me look over here. This, of course, is the knob for four-wheel drive. So right now it's in two-wheel drive mode. We could put it into four-wheel drive, and we'll see it blinks there till it gets into four-wheel drive. We can turn that back into two-wheel drive, and the light will go off. Climate control over here. We've got, of course, the fan speed, the temperature speed, our temperature up and down, and then over here we've got the where you want the air, cold or hot, to be blowing on your feet or in your face or on your windshield or whatever. So it's a little cold. Let's turn that up. Blowing my feet. The stereo, like I said before, is JVC. It's an aftermarket. It's taken me a while to figure that one out. It's all touchscreen. So anyway, I did notice, what's this all about? It's like a screw into oh jeez. Oh man. That's bothersome. Anyway, here we go. Oh, that's kind of a nice feature. A little dodge. Now, one thing too I do like is that this has like the old school mirror where you got somebody behind you and you want to, you know, at night you could just flip this. Over the years we've had vehicles where it's supposed to automatically do that for you, and it just never works to my satisfaction. So anyway, here we are looking at the dash. As we drive along here, you'll take a look at the menu down there in the bottom. We're looking at the fuel economy. That white bar on the very bottom of the fuel economy is showing me my current, like, as we drive miles per gallon. And we just coasted down the hill, so it was pretty high, way above 20. And now as we're leveling off, and we'll be going up a slight hill. You'll see that white bar. You'll see as I let off the gas, of course it gives you a good gas mileage, but now as I accelerate up this little hill, you'll see that white bar starts dropping because I'm using up a little bit more gas. So that's a kind of a nice feature to show you when you're using more gas and when you're not, and it does keep that average. So right now you can see averaging what, 15.9, and that's just in the last couple of miles that I've been driving. One thing that this does not have, this truck, I mean, does not have, that it's a little bit irritating, is that is the dome light, obviously, but there's no like map reading lights or any lights up here that, you know, somebody in the passenger side, if you're looking at something and need light at the nighttime, there's just no other light. So I had that in my Dakota, and it was a nice feature. So there's the top. We got some hooks over there for hangers or whatnot. Now let's open up the hood and see what's going on there. Hood releases down here. Just reach in here, slide the lever over, and it's on gas shocks, so it's very nice. You don't have to have a rod to prop it up. This particular engine is the 4.7 liter V8 engine. In one of my previous videos you saw me replace that coolant temperature sensor. Over here is where our battery is. We've got windshield washer fluid. We've got the coolant reservoir. Seems to be pretty decent room up here if you need to work on something. A little bit tighter back there if you need to get back there. So this is under the hood. Oh yeah, one more thing I wanted to show you. Spare tire, if you needed to change the spare tire, first I'll go over here. This, when I first saw that, I thought, well, that's a Briggs & Stratton symbol, but no, that's actually a jack, and it says pull right here. So pull this off. There is the jack, located under the front passenger seat. So I haven't had to use that myself. Only had this truck for a month or so. Snap it back in place. Again, the rocker panel's nice and clear. Let's take a look at that spare tire. Spare tire's right back here. And if you look underneath, you'll see not very much rust, a little bit of surface rust there, but my plan is to keep it clean this winter as much as I can, and then in the spring we'll be spraying it with the fluid film. I think this is the where you put the rod to lower the spare tire. Now let's get another view from underneath over here. Again, relatively clean. Some surface rust. Certainly not rotted through or in any danger of falling apart. In my opinion, it's actually really clean for a truck that's already 12 years old in Wisconsin climate. And the title did say it was previously titled in Illinois, so the climate there is not much better as far as road salt and stuff goes. So let's take a close look at this information. And some more information over here. Oops, upside down. So there it is. That is the truck that I'm driving nowadays. Finally gave up on my 24-year-old Dodge Dakota. And this is the 2012 Ram 1500. So hopefully if you learn anything from it, I'm happy to help. I certainly so far am very pleased with this vehicle. Thanks for watching.